presentation of the National.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. First carry here for Ken Walker. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Back to Walker on first down. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 19 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And the Rams got it. They bring it down. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on fourth down to punt this one away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Rams offense ready. They're backed up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Our first run now for Kyron Williams. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Well, the Rams at 9-5 now on the year. If they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W, they have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Throwing is Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
When you talk about this Seahawk defense,
right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so fourth from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down on the plane to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 36-yard line.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They try the left side here with Williams. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep.
Now Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm up QB too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Blake Corum, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Seahawks offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You talk about this Rams defense.
They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Here we go, side. Right side.
Now Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Back to throw, Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee.
And Higbee going to have a Rams 1st down as he'll be taken down at the 46.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8.
Stafford down to throw.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, it's Williams. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Puka Nakua.
His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On third down, here's Walker. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And they will take over first and 10.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready. Stop.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that's called. It's 2-2 Atwell. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Rams, first down. A gain of 21 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second and 7.
Ready. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Williams. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Puka Nacua
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Rams take a 3-touchdown lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here comes third down and 7. Now it's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Everything right now that they touch on this side of the football seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Boye Mafe
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw here. And that's complete to Adams. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And his kick here is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
To throw is Darnold.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. He's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
To kick off for Seattle.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
At the 32-yard line.
Here's Stafford. Here's back-to-back catches for Devontae Adams. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now Williams running left. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Pass complete there to McCoy. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
That's good for a Rams first down. It's a gain of 10, and a Rams first down.
Now it's Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
4 yards on the pick.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The busy night continues for Williams.
67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Out of the gun, Stafford. He finds his man, complete. That's Adams. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Devin Witherspoon on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
2 yards to go, second down.
They run it again with Williams. And the Rams are going to be set up with a first and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try and run. This is Williams. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
But that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you're getting all that open space, but big guys leading the way.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Darnold.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try for the 1st with Walker.
And he's got the 1st as they bring him down at the 28-yard line.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Darnold.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
There we go, set.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And he is caught. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
31 yards.
And the Seahawks are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now down to 20. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
And this one is going pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth.
Here's Stafford. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From just shy of midfield, here's second and a yard.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And we'll get it down to the 47 here.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brent, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day playing football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And his big night continues on that last run. The yardage there going to move him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
It's a gain of 10. And the Rams first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Play action. Stafford. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
First down.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Stafford.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
They'll run the toss here with Corum. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Blake Corum, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Dances by him. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold.
And complete to Smith-Njigba.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Darnold.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
At the 28-yard line.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Rams.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Second and 11.
Ready?
So the LA Rams